everybody. I wanted to make a little video about homesteading on a budget, and one of the resources that a lot of you may have somewhat nearby, although if you're rural, you're right, you won't be anywhere close to you. One of the places that you can go is dollar stores. And so I'm going to go into my local dollar store and see what I can find that's good for homesteading. A lot of it I probably already have at home, but if I was just starting at homesteading and I needed to get, just kind of get my hands in the dirt kind of a thing, this is a good place to get started. So let me take you around and show you what they've got that you can use on the homestead. The first thing I saw was Hot Hands hand warmers, and I went ahead and grabbed a couple of these because having some hot hands on hand is great for those cold winter mornings. In the craft area, you can usually find some sorts of yarn. I really like to get the cotton yarn so I can make washcloths and scrubbies, but there's other things for other crafts as well. Office and school supplies are great no matter what you're doing on the homestead, but especially for keeping track of gardening and animal care. Backpacks and drawstring bags are good for little bug out or emergency bags, first aid kits, and all sorts of things. These can be kind of seasonal. In this picture you can see most of the candles are decorative, but I have found that dollar stores often have emergency candles and lighters available. Winter gear is definitely not great quality at dollar stores, but having some extra hats and gloves around for quick chores is definitely a good thing. I feel like the bins at dollar stores should be their own video because you can always find some really good large bins for anything you want. You can use them for pots, you can use them for gardening, lots of stuff. My dollar store frequently has t-shirts for sale for kids and adults. Having some extra clothes around helps on the homestead so you can destroy them and not worry about it. I get these clear shower curtains for draping over gardening beds or waterproofing things, all sorts of stuff, not just shower curtains. You can get twine and clothesline and hanging hooks here, definitely an important thing. I use them to tie down tarps on our greenhouse or any other thing like that. First aid is definitely something you want to have around your homestead, and getting antiseptics and band-aids at more expensive stores just doesn't make sense. It's the same stuff. If you're just starting out canning and you're on a real strict budget, you can do some rebel canning using these store-bought pickles and things. Eat the food and then reuse the jar. I have areas in my homestead that need to be easy to wipe up. Behind my sink and stove definitely gets messy, so these contact papers do really well to make it easy to wipe up a spot. Hanging hooks. Now I will say that sometimes the adhesive isn't that great, but hooks for all sorts of tools is definitely something that you can try getting at the dollar store, and usually works out. I like that they have battery-operated lights. There's different varieties of battery-operated lights. Just don't get your batteries at the dollar store. Get more good quality batteries somewhere else. Back to the containers. These buckets are great. I use them for mops, but also, you can carry pretty much anything in them. Feed, gardening supplies, things you've picked. The kitchen section is great. If you're doing canning or any food preservation, definitely look here first. Sieves and colanders and funnels and all sorts of stuff. Better to get it cheap. These scrubbies are the best for cast iron. I have cast iron pans that I use all the time, and instead of using soap and water and all that, I basically use hot water and these and then just rinse them off. They're the best. If you are hand washing some clothes, having these plungers is a really good option for you. I don't think that they would work great on toilets though. Small containers are great for storing seeds and other small things like screws and nails around your homestead, but I especially like them for seeds. My dollar store has a variety of shelf-stable milks, including whole milk, which you could use to make other dairy products. The funnels here could be used for anything, but if you cut off the bottom part, you can use them as canning funnels pretty easily. You may get lucky and find some flour sack towels here. With the least decoration is the best. You could use them for cheese making around the homestead or filtering anything you want. As you can see, dollar stores have a lot of supplies that you could use to get started on your homesteading journey, especially if you are on a budget. I definitely use it all the time, and honestly, it's nice to have that kind of cheap resource and helps you to experiment without feeling like you are investing a whole lot of money in it. So I hope that this was helpful to somebody, and if you don't have a dollar store near you, that's okay. Try thrift stores and just use what you got. Have a good one, and thanks for joining me. Come find me on Instagram at Tracy's Homestead with an EY, and thanks for hanging out.